What is up? What is up? We already know who the fuck I am. We back, black in the fucking building. You already know what the fuck it is. Damn, I go to the gym. I'm getting titties. But anyway, damn. But anyway, look, man, shout out to everybody out there at the Court Plantation. If you're not there, you better get your ass there. Because, nigga, you better get your ass up and go to work because on payday, that shit gonna hurt, nigga. So get your ass in the motherfucking Court Plantation. Get your ass up and go to work. Because on payday, that shit gonna hurt. Niggas don't want to go to work, but niggas want to eat good and live good and fuck good and do all this bullshit, but niggas don't want to go to work. So shout out to everybody out there that's doing what they need to do to survive, man. Shout out to all you telling ass niggas at the Court Plantation too. There's a whole bunch of you motherfuckers, man. Shout out to everybody out there. Shout out to Florida, Erica. Shout out to Philly. Shawnee, you already know I'm always represent, man. I feel like these conversations is like a long text message. That we just have a long text message, man, because I don't even really be thinking about nobody else. And shout out to anybody else that's out there. Listen to this shit. Listen to it while you at work. Makes more sense. But anyway, shout out to everybody out there, man. It's so much shit going on. It's so much shit to discuss. It's so much shit that I feel like we got to get on these topics, man. Shout out to everybody that checked out the Sunday's podcast. I didn't go as hard, but today we're going to go a little hard. My coach is racist, John Gruden. All you Las Vegas motherfuckers, we about to get on y'all niggas right now. We about to get on a lot of shit today. This motherfucking 25 minutes about to go by fast. Shout out to all my people that's out there that is melanated, highly favored, reading the books. I am still reading A Sweet Taste of Liberty, the untold story of Henrietta Woods. Now I'm on this chapter where she's talking about, I forgot the brother's last name, the slave master, Gerald, not Dunbar, but I forgot his name. That motherfucker's making hand over fist money. But anyway, we'll get into that a little bit later. I'm looking at other books that I want to go get as well so I can get back on my book game. We got to start a book club eventually, man. And just get one book and give us at least a month to read it. I think after I finish this book, we're going to do it because my next book, I might get another book about the Merovingians, the Franks. Seeing as that the new Matrix is getting ready to come out, so I want to get on my game and make sure I know what the fuck is going on. But let's get into it, man. We about to talk about this shit right now. Let me cut this shit off. Cut this shit down. Man, shout out to everybody out there, man. Hey, my coach is racist. See, that's what y'all niggas get. Everybody jumping up for joy for John Gruden, the Raiders. My motherfuckers, man, this shit is entertainment to y'all, but these motherfuckers making money. They fuck a nigga. Man, 99% of them coaches is racist and don't like niggas. They just mad they gotta deal with them. I would assume that 99% of the motherfucking NBA coaches are racist too, including Phil Jackson. Motherfucker act like Phil Jackson like Michael Jordan because Michael Jordan just wanted to win and he'd win at all costs. Phil Jackson don't like no niggas that's gonna be like, hey, my nigga, you on some bullshit. Niggas don't like that shit. And you need to understand that. But I'd rather have my racist blunting up front. I don't want no racist coach sending emails. First of all, that's cowardly. And that's how the majority of them white coaches are. They don't like niggas. They don't want to be bothered. If it was up to them, they would replace all of us with Africans and motherfuckers that shut up and do what they are told. That's what they want. They don't want no... That's why baseball is the way it is. Baseball, they just started going to get nigga Blackskins. They just started going, I'll just go to motherfucking Dominican Republic and get a whole bunch of Blackskins. Because I'm tired of dealing with these niggas. These niggas want too much money and they complain too goddamn much. And that's exactly what they've been doing. It's so funny because you got so many motherfuckers out here. In case y'all don't know, if y'all don't live in Las Vegas, Nevada, I live out here. Poverty ain't no joke. I just turn on the news. They have this channel on Fox 5 where they have the rent where motherfuckers call in. There was so many white people calling in talking about, yeah, they talking about Vegas is doing good. Rent is $1,500 for a regular motherfucking apartment. Vegas ain't doing shit. And all they gonna do is run everybody the fuck out of here like they did in 2008. That's it. Bingo. And then all these motherfuckers that done came out here because of the Raiders, they're gonna be like, what the fuck did I get myself into? Nigga, they trying to make Vegas the new LA. Just with casinos. And let me tell you, and let me explain something to you. Nigga, the drugs don't stop, the women don't stop, the drink don't stop, the hustle don't stop, the finesse don't stop. This is Las Vegas, Nevada, man. None of that shit stops. Wait, the Honorable Dick Gregory reeled about this. Wait. What was Dick Gregory? Dick Gregory was saying a whole bunch of shit that was on point. I watched that documentary that he had too. I watched the Rick James one too. The Rick James that nigga had me rolling. You know what I'm saying? But I'll tell you this. We got to be more aware of what the fuck is going on. These motherfucking football coaches don't like you. These basketball coaches. First of all, if you look at the NBA, how is it 90%, 85% black people, but it's 90% white coaches that ain't never even played basketball before? I've been saying that shit for years. I just be like, man, where the fuck did you get this motherfucker from? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I just look at some of this shit and I just be like, oh, this is some bullshit. This is some bullshit, man. So it's like, man, and these coaches don't give a fuck about these players. The bottom line is money. This is a job. Motherfuckers understand. I got a book. I haven't read it yet. It's called $40 Million Slave. That talks all about that shit. Nigga, they're slaves just like us. Like Morpheus told Neo, you are a slave, Neo. Because he was like, well, what is the main nigga? You a slave. It's a slave system. It's a farm system. It's not real. And it's on auto repeat. We need your energy. We need your energy to power what we're trying to do. So we need you. So we got the machine world just replicating and duplicating shit so we can just keep powering the matrix so everybody can just be like, you know what I'm saying? That's why Neo thought, oh, I'm the Messiah. That motherfucking architect was like, nigga, you're the sixth one out of the one. We destroyed the system and rebuild it. Because y'all ain't happy with what the fuck y'all get. Defining moments in Black history, reading between lines by Dick Gregory. Lots of commentary on black athletes and their field of sports. Oh yeah. I believe it. Don't delete your messages. Keep them up there so people can see them. Shout out to Erica, Florida in the building, stand up. Shawnee, already know. I be getting your messages now. Now I'm starting to get them. They won't let me reply to them, but now I'm starting to like get the messages. And let me tell you something, man. I don't know why it didn't surprise me. I was laughing when I said, and then you notice they didn't fire John Gruden. He resigned. See, they let white players and white coaches and white athletes resign. Black folks, fired, niggas. We're not letting you resign for shit. You know what I'm saying? And this is why it's so important for us to stick together, be on code, stop arguing about trivial bullshit that don't even fucking matter. You know what I'm saying? I see it all the time. I was even watching on Showtime, not on Showtime, but on Stars. The story about Big Meech. Very, very good series. Go check it out. It's very, very good. And it's so funny how, like, when, you know, they selling the drugs and shit, that it's all ghetto and dingy and janky and shit. But the mob was selling drugs too, but it's called organized crime when the mob do it. So when the mob do it, it's called organized crime. But when niggas do it, it's ghetto. But they doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, wow. And, you know, it's very, very good series. If there was one point in there where I'm going to ask you, Erica, you tell me. Tasha, you tell me. Shawnee, you tell me. Y'all niggas tell me. 066, tell me. If you go watch a story about Big Meech on Stars, there was one point where Big Meech is making some bread. And his mom and his dad is behind on the mortgage. The dad works for GM, another slave corporate plantation. And Big Meech, you know, he got the money, but they steady complaining because the mortgage, the bank keeps sending bills talking about y'all late in y'all mortgage, y'all late. You know, and Big Meech's mom is basically telling his pops, like, look, man, even if you go work 3 or 4 shifts, it ain't gonna catch us up. So they didn't want to take his drug money. They didn't want to take his money at all. That's how much of a moral compass we have. They didn't even want to take the money to get out the hole. I said, that couldn't have been my mama. I'm watching, my siblings know, that could not have been my mama. My mama would have told me as she was smoking her cigarette, I don't want to know where you got the fucking money from. But you can pay my power bill, my mortgage, my gas bill, my trash bill. I don't give a fuck where you get the money from. See, we got to get out of that moral compass of, oh, that's blood money, that's drug money. Man, stop. Why white people taking drug money all the motherfucking time? Matter of fact, white people lived off you. What the fuck are you talking about? The money that they have is blood money. The fuck where you think they got it from? Off the backs of black labor. I'm reading about how all these motherfucking slave drivers and in this book, it talks about Henrietta Woods, how she sued and basically got restitution. You know, she sued or whatever because, you know, they was stealing her illegally and putting her back into slavery. And there's this one part where she tells about this slave driver. Basically, he was the overseer of the plantation. And he was just brutal. He was basically killing niggas. He's beating niggas up so bad. So then they got another overseer. This overseer wouldn't beat the women. He wouldn't beat the women. He barely wanted to beat the men. So basically, he wasn't really on that shit, right? So then the owner of the plantation, I forgot his last name. I know his first name is Gerald. I'm blanking on his last name. The book is somewhere. And the plantation owner's wife, as Henrietta Woods says, they were more cruel than the men. They were just as cruel because one of the slaves didn't listen to her, so she sent the slave to the slave driver, the plantation overseer, to get beat. So he was like, man, I'm not doing all that. So the plantation owner's wife sent another person there to watch and make sure he beat the shit out of the slave. And he argued with the plantation owner and was like, man, I'm not doing all that. And from what Henrietta Woods said, she quotes by saying, my mom wasn't a dog, and these women ain't dogs, and I'm not doing that, treating them like that. And they got his ass the fuck up out of there. You see what I'm saying? So you're gonna get that one or that two abolitionists that's really like, nah, man, I don't fuck with that. But don't expect nothing else, because a lot of these motherfuckers, they ain't gonna speak up. Look, like I said, where the fuck is 10 Wise at? All this razor shit going on, this nigga peddling the book, but this nigga ain't say shit about. The most simplistic thing a white person can say right now is, why don't y'all just give black people what y'all owe them so we can get on about our fucking day? Fuck it. If they get more money than me, fuck it. I'll get it again. I'm white. If motherfuckers was confident and thought like that, it'd be a different story. But motherfuckers are not confident because they don't want us to be equal. They want us to be a permanent underclass, as Dr. Claude Anderson talks about. That's why I'm just like, man, you don't understand. You fighting each other when really, you're supposed to be fighting them, not each other. And we get into it over the most simplest bullshit. You know, what kind of shoes those are? You know, well, how much money you make a year and all this. I've talked about this before. Nigga be lying about how much money they make. Look, nigga, you can keep doing that, but all the motherfuckers gonna do is look at your surroundings. And they gonna look at what the fuck you got going on. And either you gonna tell us that you're a smart person or you're a motherfucking dummy. And if you're a dummy, you ain't got shit to show for all this money you so-called say you're making. Because most people that got money, they'll never tell you how much money they make. That's the rule of thumb. As Dr. Dennis Kimbrough talks about in the book called The Wealth Choice, he breaks it down. He says, poor people talk about clothes and shoes, cars, clothes, and shoes. Middle class people talk about titles and degrees. Wealthy people talk about bank accounts. He broke that shit down. Go read that book. It's called The Wealth Choice by Dr. Dennis Kimbrough. Very, very good book. Very good book. Got Bob Johnson in there. Bob Johnson talks about how he's writing the checks for all these NBA players every week because they get paid on the 1st and the 15th. And never one of them niggas came to him about money advice. Never one of them. And it's true, because we are programmed to hate each other and look at each other through the lenses of the dominant society. You know, I even look at Jelani Day, that young brother, all of a sudden he was missing. There was another kid in Atlanta that went to that one school and was a wrestler. But see, people don't know. The reason why they didn't investigate that any further, because those kids that murdered that kid, their dad was an FBI agent. He worked for the FBI. So they wasn't finna fuck with those white kids. Those kids had power. Their parents had power. That's why you never heard nothing again. But all you did hear was that he was found wrapped up in a wrestling mat with no organs. And Dick Gregory talks about organs harvesting too. Talking about, well, every time you think you hear a gang shootout, nah, man, that's motherfuckers killing motherfuckers for these black bodies. You better ask David Rockefeller. How do you have six heart transplants? Do you know how hard it is to get on a heart transplant list? But this motherfucker just happened to have 6 of them. Get the fuck out of here. It's like Kanye said, you win the Super Bowl and ride off in the Hyundai. And that's exactly what it is. And you can't tell a lot of these brothers that, because a lot of these brothers, I get it, they're living better. They're able to help their families and their friends. And that's what you're supposed to do. But you're never supposed to think that this system is designed for you to really win. No, it's designed for a few to win. Not for everyone. And two, you have people, like I said, I spoke about this. Man, when you get into a position where you can do more for yourself, read, study, go question how to keep your money, how to save your money, how your money can grow. Don't be a goddamn fool and get an NBA or the MLB or the NFL and being there 2-3 years, and now you ain't in it no more. You ain't got shit. And now you sitting around here hiding, and niggas can find Waldo but can't find you. Stop. Stop with all that, man. We have to understand this system, it's an institution. It works in their favor. That's why you're not gonna find that. That's why they making a deal about that the white woman that was found. They can't find her, but the husband, for some sort of reason, he's found, or what? I don't know what the fuck is going on. But this brother, they acting like they didn't give a fuck because they don't care. They got your organs. They don't give a fuck about that shit. That's why I was trying to get niggas that you want to be an organ donor. Nah, fuck you, nigga. Unless I'm giving it to one of my family members, I ain't giving it to you. Fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? We gotta be more accountable of understanding what the fuck is going on. Stop going with the okie doke. If you notice, ain't nobody talking about Biden. Where's all these motherfuckers that put this motherfucker in office? Ain't nobody talking about Biden. It has been said that the Texas governor basically said, fuck a damn mandate. You ain't gotta get that jab here. We're not mandating shit in Texas. So fuck them. That's what they said. But see, motherfuckers want to be, oh, well, we're a Democrat. Man, please. You're not no Democrat or Republican. You're a self-crat. You're a melanated crat. That's what you are. In the best interest of your people. Stop expecting everybody to say and do for you. Because these motherfuckers don't give a fuck about speaking up for you. They speaking up for themselves and try to get their resources. So you got to speak up for your own and understand exactly where the fuck you going. Know where you come from and know where you going. That's why I said, man, it's so funny now. You watch all this shit and it's like, did y'all not think this was going to be this way with the football? Man, them white coaches don't give a fuck about no niggas. See, I understand that. It's like work. It's just like somebody coming out saying, oh my God, I heard our boss call black people a bunch of monkeys and niggers. That don't surprise me. They say it behind closed doors all day long. But as Dr. Francis Cress Welsing says, tell us what's being said when we're not in the room. And that's what they're not going to do at all. A lot of the times, we're only going to understand what they've been saying about us these last 500 years if we go get the books and start reading them. And I think at Sweet Taste of Liberty, it was one place, I think, where it was a whole bunch of black folk, like a Chocolate City kind of situation. And one of the plantation owners was like, yeah, I don't want to go to Niggerville. Like, basically, like, it's too many niggas over there. This is the type of shit that's said. You know, it's just back in the day, they were blunt and up front and didn't give a fuck about what niggas said. And motherfuckers be always trying to act like slavery was fucking 500 years ago. The last couple of books I done read is from 1850. Nigga, what the fuck is 1850, nigga? That shit wasn't no 500 years ago. And then they put all these laws in place. It's like, man, y'all niggas got the game fucked up. If you think that this system is designed for you to win. It's designed for you to win if you acting like Lil Moist X. I mean Lil Nas X. And you not talking about liberating your people and talking about replacing the system of racism, white supremacy, and establishing the system of justice. That's why they try to call themselves going after Dave Chappelle. If I was Dave Chappelle, I'd be like, man, fuck all y'all. Y'all killed your own crew member. She was a part of the LGBTQ community, but since she took over Dave Chappelle, they bullied her to where she killed herself. And ain't nobody said not one motherfucking thing. And I didn't even know Dave Chappelle. I had heard it, but I didn't know if it was true that he had a transgender opening up for him and she wasn't that great, but I didn't think that shit was true. I didn't think it was true. I don't believe a lot of the stuff that they say in the news because, you know, you got to say allegedly, pro-allegedly. But if he was doing that, why they not talking about that? Why did Dave Chappelle have to come out 2 years later and talk about it? Because they mad, because they don't want no black person, especially no black person, being oppositional to the alphabet community. Like I said before, anybody a part of the alphabet community, you want to argue with me over calling the alphabet community out on they bullshit? You want to argue with me over that, but you want to argue, but you don't want to argue with the dominant white society over calling us niggas and being treated like a permanent underclass. But a lot of y'all niggas are coons and sambos and mammies. I know because I've seen them. at the corporate plantation. That's why I don't fuck with niggas at the job like that. I'm very selective of who I fuck with. I always try to look at my surroundings, observe, chill, and then the people that, that I get along with, I'm cool with. I try to be cool with them too, whether they black or white. But when it's my people, there's a different situation, man. It's my people. I just hate it when I see my people cooning and samboing and mammying it up. And I be like, man, I might have to get the music for you. Man, that bullshit. It's like, God damn. For real. And I've witnessed it so much working at the corporate plantation. That's why I'm just like, man, I don't want to be nobody's friend. I don't want to be nothing. Just leave me the fuck alone. Because a lot of these motherfuckers are mammies. Sambos, coons, will get amongst these motherfucking dominant society people and smile with them when there ain't no need to be smiling, and talk crazy to the niggas that look like them. And I just be looking, and a lot of these people are just miserable human beings. That's all. A lot of people are music. Look, if you can't be at your household and enjoy your home, with or without people, you're a miserable human being, and you need to look yourself in the mirror. And that's not a black thing. That's not a white thing. That's a you thing. That's a behavioral science thing. That's what it is. That's a mind thing. That's over matter. That's something you need to sit down and go back to the drawing board with, because there ain't nothing I can say or do about that. And there's a lot of miserable people out there. And why people out there being miserable and going in on each other, we need to learn these laws. We need to learn what racism is really about. We need to understand people like Jelani Day. If you don't think that was some organs harvesting, what is it? How you gonna find a motherfucker and he ain't got no organs? So a nigga just, okay, stop. Y'all know what the fuck y'all doing. Just like there was a kid in Atlanta, and his mom was out crying too. And I remember Dick Gregory speaking about organs harvesting and how they'll set up drive-bys, but they want niggas to kill each other so they can get the organs. But let's worry about what coach we gonna get from the Raiders. What do you think? The racism, white supremacy, the pieces on that board are interchangeable on both sides. That's why you see on the black side, the Candace Owens, the motherfucking Larry Elders and all these motherfuckers. And then on our side, and then on their side, they have their picks, but then they know they can trade people in a minute. Oh, okay, you don't want to go with this agenda? Fuck, bring me another nigga. That's why Hollywood is full of them shits. But anyway, man, I'm out, man. Y'all already know what the fuck it is. Hey, Erica. But what about, hey, I know this to Kanye, but what about all the shit that's going on surrounding him and his album? We're going to have to get on that one day as well. But I ain't got time right now because I got shit to do. But anyway, man, that is my time. Love and live life. Stay in your lane. If a nigga talking about, man, John Gruden ain't racist, man. You know what I'm saying? He been around niggas for years. Guilty nigga, you a sandbar. I don't fuck with you, man. I'm out. Peace.